there was a lot of rumors about Tupac wanting to leave death row. Did you ever see anything like that?
For what? I don't understand it. For what? I mean, let's go back. Pac ain't had no money before he came to death row. If he did, he would have got his own ass out of jail. Sorry. So I think that he appreciated what Suge did for him. Nobody else was reaching for Pac. All them rich ass friends that did all those videos and we love them and da-da-da-da-da, kisses to you, but none of you motherfuckers went and got him. I mean, the bail was high, but $1.5 million is not high for rich people. The only person that went and believed in him, that put the money, their money, it wasn't Pac money. Pac hadn't sold any records, was Suge Knight. And I'm sure it was an investment. But at that time, it was an empty investment because Pac hadn't recorded anything and Suge was the only person to believe in him. Interscope and those other people had given up on him. And for Suge to take his money and to go get him and turn him into the superstar that he became. His jewelry changed. He went from wearing flea market machine gun rings that was connected to one finger to diamonds all over his fucking body. Look at the videos, look at the things. What is he leaving for? Suge was getting them and giving them. Suge was perfect at spoiling you. No other CEO was taking care of their artists like Suge was. You didn't have to have out a record to drive a Benz. It was Suge Benz with his slick ass, but you look like it's yours. You didn't have to sell some records to live in Beverly Hills and to live in the hills and live in a nice house. I had a nanny. I lived in Brentwood. I had all of these things and hadn't had a record. And Pac had way more than me because Suge know how to flirt with you and court with you to get the things that he needed. And he know how to treat his artists at that time. So I couldn't see it. I was around him more than anybody when it came to Suge and Pac together. Nobody was around Pac like the Outlaws. We all know that. But when it came to them guys being in the same room, show me one motherfucker that was there more than me, not even security. I know the feeling that they had for each other, and I felt like they was brothers.
Were you there when Suge got out of prison?
In 2000 or 99 or one of them times?
Yeah.
I went back. He called me when he got out. I hadn't talked to me. Ignored all my shit after writing letters. I used to write them notebooks. Literally, I would go get a notebook and write them page for page. Trying to get off of death row, trying to get food, trying to bury people that had died in my family. I mean, whatever came up, I was trying to get him to help or to talk or to release me. Then he finally got in touch with me. I don't know where he got the phone number from. He called at my cousin's house and asked me, would I like to come? You should come back down to LA, let's talk. And da-da-da-da-da. And I went back down and I was in more of a executive position than an artist. Like he was letting me make some decisions. And you know, he fed single mothers for Mother's Day every year. And that year he gave me about $160,000 for me to spend how I wanted to and make the event happen. So a lot of those things that he had taught me, he gave me the opportunity to do those things, but he had changed by this time as well. You know what I mean? The big money that he used to give you, he wasn't getting you no big money now. Now he give you $200 and it's balled up in his fucking hand and he give it to you. What the fuck is this, man? I want to throw this shit away, but it is $200. So you couldn't throw it away. But right. he began to be a little more stingy. And
who all was around at that time?
These are all the new people that was, well, most of the new people like the Realists and Doobie, the Realist, shit. You know, all those guys that came to the record label.
Right. So you were around like the second half of it too.
Yeah, for sure.
What was that like?
What was that like? Some of them was treating me like I was new. Like one of them niggas had my car. They had given him my car. He was riding around in the Benz. And I'm looking at them. I actually realized how stupid I was watching them. Because they was actually, I guess they was riding around and trying to be how I was and, you know, falling into all of the parties and falling into the jewelry and to the Suge Knight trap. And I'm looking at their ass like, you stupid as shit. That's not your car. Been there, done it. And they've treated me like I got a car. I'm looking at them like, okay, have fun. You know, so a lot of the things that I was falling for as a kid, I wasn't going for as a man. So Suge couldn't manipulate me or manipulate situations then, so I think that put a barrier in between it as well a little more.
How did you eventually get off of death row?
Clive Davis' son is a lawyer. I hate I don't remember his name. I'm supposed to remember his name. But he's an attorney and somebody put me in touch with him. Because I was trying to get on other record labels and everybody was closing the door on me because they was like, what Mr. Knight gonna think? And I finally got in touch with Clive Davis' son. And I went to visit him. I drove from Chicago to New York, and we sat down and talked, and he said, let me tell you, to make this easy, and this is for artists that's stuck in contracts, I'm finna give y'all game, and my Cash App is, I'm just kidding, but my Cash App is Danny Boy Stewart. This is free game. I filed a Chapter 7. I filed bankruptcy. So basically, when you're bankrupt, you can't be held to any type of contractual or legal obligation. And when it was discharged, my contract was discharged as well.
That easy.
That easy, y'all. The Cash App is the Cash App sign, Danny Boy Stewart. Get off your contract.
Who put you up on that game?
Clive Davis' son. And that was a favor because every other lawyer, I had given so many lawyers $5,000 deposits and, you know, agreements, hoping that they could help me, and to no avail. I got no help from them.
None of them were giving you this game.
None of them. I mean, I had lawyers that took money and that started working for Interscope and Death Row.
So they definitely knew.
Oh, they knew. But, you know, everybody, how you going to go against the machine and you want to be with the machine? Right. I'm just a little dude that got $5,000. And a lot of them played me at that time.
That's probably a well-kept secret in the music business.
Yeah, for
sure. They surely don't want everybody to know that. I mean,
you're a lawyer, you fresh out of Chicago, and your client is going against Universal Records,
right,
or going against Warner Brothers, and you the lawyer, and you get on the phone with somebody that you admire as a lawyer. Like, oh my God, that's Universal's lawyer, and I've heard of them. Now you acting like a student and not acting like a lawyer. So a lot of people, you know, kind of bow down to the other lawyers and just kind of let anything happen.
Right. Well, what happened when you seen Suge in prison? Did you ask him to get off the label?
I seen him and we talked and he laughed and shit. I gave him my heart. I drove to see him from Chicago to California. I raised money to go see him.
What was he saying?
And we walked around the yard and shit. We walked around in the prison yard and, you know, he told me how people told him, fuck him. I said, fuck him and fuck Death Row. So he's bitter. He was mad. He was mad I hadn't seen him. He was locked up a year and I wasn't able to write him or see him. But those other people was telling me that he couldn't have visitors. I didn't know where he was. So they like hid him from me for a year. And all while they hid him from me during that time, they was taking stuff from me and my lights getting cut off. And so I'm sure there was a couple of times I said, fuck them. And, you know, from being upset from the stuff that I was going through and being ignored.
All right. So what are you working on now?
I am here at Legends Restaurant and Venue. Hard Rock Cafe meets the Juke Joint. Starving artists feeding starving people. My restaurant here in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I have talented people working as the wait staff. It's a place where we pay homage to people that we respect and that we miss, legends that we respect and miss, and that deserve it. To me, this is the Death Row headquarters here. I'm still putting some things together here where we'll have some plaques and different things on the wall. You can come here and get a Tupac burger. You can eat a Biggie burger. I have a Blues burger. So we name our foods and things after legendary people as well. I'm so excited about that. And this is a piece of the branding to get myself back on the West Coast. I've released a book that's called Stranded on Death Row that I'm still promoting. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And if you're in the area of Las Vegas, 1500 South Las Vegas Boulevard, I have them here as well, available. And now I'm working on some music. I always get emails and different posts about me doing an album. I lost a lot of hope when it came to recording. I never lost singing. I never lost the gift, and I thank God for that. But I lost a lot of hope. I felt like there wasn't a place for me, or, you know, I wouldn't get the opportunity that's needed. But I'm so appreciative of the internet and different ways of putting out music. I won't hold any music back any longer. I'm back in the studio, and I'm just looking forward to just release music, and whether 10 people listen to it or 10 million people listen to it, I vow to make sure that it's out and do what God has gifted me to do and do what I love doing, singing. I sing here. I'm a singing chef here at Legends Restaurant and Venue. I'm singing every day, and I'm excited about that.
Well, man, it was I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Thank y'all for coming all the way to Vegas to see me, to hot ass Vegas. And anybody want to catch up with me, you can catch me on my social media. That is Danny Boy Stewart on Instagram, Danny Stewart on Facebook, Danny Boy Stewart on Twitter. I love to hear some of the comments. I love to hear some love, hear your truth, maybe your testimony. Just reach out to me. I'm answering questions. It don't matter. I do appreciate just being remembered for the small work that I had an opportunity to do with Tupac Shakur, and to be remembered for that. I'm so grateful for that.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.